Okay, people. So we have got Dirty thanks to the great people at Lionsgate, right? This is the new film from Martin Campbell. It was written by Alissa Sullivan Haggis and what's this? Jonas McCord. Yes. The film is produced by Robert Van Norden, Yariv Lerner, Mosh Demont. It's executive produced by Boaz Davidson, Jeffrey Greenstein, Lati Grubman, Avi Lerner, Darina Pavlova, Trevor Short, and Jonathan Younger. It is co-produced by Regina Seifert, co-executive produced by Victor Hadidia and Lonnie Ramati. And we have line production from Yanko Yashatov. Robert Parks, aka Photek, handled the music. David Tattersall is on cinematography. Casting was from Gabby Whiteheart. Kez Bonnet is production design. Art direction is Idrisi Abdali. And Tezevelav Yardanov, with Arta Tozy on set decoration, Irina Kocheva on costume design, hair, makeup, special makeup, all of that jazz. We have Magdalena Herstover, Sophie Havelina, Natalie Kamanova, Erefili Katrontoski, Ludmil Nikolov, Sophia Rakova, Kerry Shelton, Megan Tanner, and Nelly Tiova. So our cast. We have got Jake, right? Yeah, she is played by Eva Green. There is Geek, played by Jojo T. Gibbs. Mechanic, played by Rona-Lee Shimon. The Bomb, played by Maria Bakalova. Medic, played by Ruby Rose. We also have got Malik, played by Reza Brojerdi. Abbas, played by Aziz Kapkurt. Travis, played by Christopher Bacchus. There is Afshin, played by Hadi Kanjapur. Right, Shooter. Oh yeah, Shooter is part of the team. She's played by Emily Bruni. We've got Awina, played by Latiati Idu. Badia, played by May Kurtz. Sarah, played by Shaya McCord. Claudia Roden is Jessie. Collins is played by Max Cross. Dr. Mike, played by Edmund Kingsley. Amir, played by George Iskander. Yeah, there's a lot of other people who aren't really listed that well and all of that jazz. So that's all we have. The gist of the film. During the US withdrawal from Afghanistan in 2021, a group of female soldiers posing as a medical relief team is sent back to rescue a group of kidnapped girls caught between ISIS and the Taliban. So yes, that is the story. I don't think it's overly clear. It's during the Afghan withdrawal, but I don't really think that is a major part of it. Like, we start off and we're in a bazaar, a market. Got a guy sitting at a table. The owner of the cafe gets a call, gives the guy a note. He goes home. Got some cages. We then discover in those cages are people. You work out it's, probably troops, right? So they've got the girl. It turns out to be Jake. And they're getting her soldiers to stone her to death. As the lead guy wants to send a message. As the stones fly, then the army comes in to rescue them. It doesn't necessarily all go to plan, right? So now we're back in the US. It's a little time later, and we're having an internal army procedure, right? Because Jake is pressing charges against the team that saved her because she says they left her crew behind. So we have all of this, right? Then we are with Jake. She's doing some training, some MMA. She's training with a guy, and they're not going light, which makes it all a bit dumb, all of this kind of stuff. But it's all this big setup to show Jake as this tough as nails person who's, prickly and not to be fucked with. But a lot of the actions make you think, not really buying it, because if anyone was actually like this, they're getting shot, right? When you're in, active fire, right? Or you're on a mission and you need everyone to have your back. If you're a cunt, they're not having your back, right? That happens. It's a thing. We've heard enough stories from real peoples to know this shit is a thing. So it's all weird setup, right? But basically, she's asked to go and save these schoolgirls. Because we also see this bit where we're in a school in Pakistan, girls' school in Pakistan, and the Taliban come and kidnap the girls. So she's been tasked to go in and save the girls, because what else is she going to do? But you need the team doing it has to be 75% women, because they're not gonna let a group of guys into the country in case it is the army or something, because they have no respect for women, so they don't believe the women could be able to save them and all of this jazz. So we have all of this set up. Like when we meet the team, you know, again, it's a weird thing. Like one of the girls is fucking the medic guy. And it's all a bit weird setup, right? Now, Martin Campbell, he's directed some films that I did not enjoy. But he also directed Casino Royale. Right? Casino Royale is a really good film. That was a good film. You know, he directed that. And the Protege. I think it's Protege, you pronounce it? Yeah. I like those films. He did direct Green Lantern. Which, oh my God. And Zorro. Oh, yeah, he's done some stinkers. But those two, Casino Royale and the Protege, they were very good. So we're giving him some leeway to see where we're going with this. And, you know, like this is a rescue mission and everything else like that. It is pretty gritty, you know, which is good. I think the thing being, although the setup of Jake is ridiculous, you know, there's a lot of, like, when she's been in this cage at the very start of the film for a long ass time. And you know they're not being fed properly. They're not being given water whenever you're thirsty, right? So, you know, the voice is going to be kind of fuckeries. But we have her shouting and screaming, and it's just like, I don't know if you're going to have a voice at this point, right? At the very start. So there's these things that are just like stupid. They're there to kind of be like, strong woman, tough as nails, right? And you don't need to go this hard to, you know what I mean, show that kind of thing. There's other ways that make more sense, right? But I think the fact that, you know, this isn't about making friends. You know what I mean? It's not about making friends. It's not like everyone's plaiting each other's hair. And, you know, so I appreciated the fact that everyone was a little bit rough. You know what I mean? So I thought that was good. I thought it was just like, not everyone is pleasant. Right? Even amongst the schoolgirls that are kidnapped, there's some bickering, there's some nastiness being said. You know, so you just feel like, yeah, these things play, right? Because when you're in these like horrible situations, people, yeah, I mean, they're nervous, they say off-key things, they act in off-key ways. So all of that plays out okay. The story is pretty predictable, right? You know exactly where it's going to go. You can pretty much guess who's going to die, you know? There is a lot, especially at the start, there's a lot of pointless deaths, right? Because it's just like, we have to go back. And it's just like, you don't have to go back. Or if you do go back, there's better ways of doing it than what we see, right? And so, you know, if they're going back, someone's going to get shot. And then that's going to make the person think about their actions. And rah, 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 rah. So we have some pointless deaths. We have some stupidness. And people acting in a way, and you're just like, yo, this is like a war zone. You're not doing that, you know what I mean? So we do have some of that kind of shit. There's a bit where Jake is digging a grave. And, I mean, when you see the size of the grave, it's perfectly formed. and it's just her. And you're just like, yeah, she didn't dig all of that on her J's. Like, what are we saying? What are we doing here? This is kind of stupid. But these kind of things, like, not many of the characters are really that fleshed out. I mean, even Jake isn't really it's kind of a caricature, you know what I mean? Of angry, tough as nails woman. You know what I mean? It's a kind of a caricature. But if you want something that you don't really have to think about too much, this would work, right? It is that film where, there's a lot of dumbness going on, as said, but, the action is okay. Action's not too bad. Some of the explosions do look really CGI. Like, really CGI. Like, snapping someone's neck is way too easy. So there's some dumb things, that, like, the MMA kind of fight she has is stupid. But, as I said, you're not thinking about it, right? It's not taxing the mind, really. It's just something you can throw on and be like, yeah, well, that passed the time. That was all right. You know what I mean? That's what Dirty Angels is. There is, oh my days, there's this scene at the very start. And essentially, after Jake has been, given this mission, she goes in, like, he's like, go, Travis is like, go and grab a shower, man. You stink. So she goes in the shower. And we see her in the shower. And it's just like, we didn't need to see her in the shower. Now, they're not showing any nude. Like, we see a back. Which has a tattoo of a kind of like wings. So you think this was all for that shot of the wings, so you can go, with the title being Dirty Angels. I mean, that's what it seemed like. But it was pointless. It was stupid. We didn't need to see her in the shower. You know what I mean? But it kind of sums everything up, right? It's not a bad shot, but it was just a stupid shot, right? And it's not a terrible film, but it's just, there's not a whole load of finesse with it. You know what I mean? Like, the end, the end is just, the end is kind of dumb. Doesn't really make any sense, but it is what it is, right? Now, I think if you like something like Den of Thieves, right? And there was that film, it came out, I feel during, I think at the end of lockdown. It had like Ben Affleck, one of the Hemsworths was in it, I believe. Triple Frontier, I think that's what it was called. If you like Den of Thieves, Triple Frontier, those kind of films, I think Dirty Angels will work for you. It's a little bit like Guy Ritchie's The Covenant, but not quite as good. You know what I mean? So, it's been available for download from the 16th of December. And on the 23rd, so that's Monday, you will be able to rent it. So if Dirty Angels sounds like it could be for you, you can buy it right now. And from the 23rd, you can rent it. So, there you go, people. Dirty Angels.